Mike Minium waiting for the green flag. And he's got the green flag. Let's see what Mike can do to start us out for tonight. Start the night out here. He's right up at that 300-foot mark. Now we'll wait for word from trackside if the sled is set and if we're underway or if we're going to change something in it. Wind it up and go out there to Chevy country. There seems to be a number more of Dodge fans all of a sudden here. 30 of them prior, now I think there's about 80. They just doubled just like that. Did that Dodge just go out there and whoop up on that doormat? Way out there fast now. And this will be the talk about there. We load up 100 or 150 pictures of every single event. I bring it down there and taking some photographs. And boy, these guys really get some great shots. I mean, that camera right there is enough to make a truck family. Probably two. But man, he gets some great shots of the action, so we'll be loading night show up in the next couple days. Boy, he needs to get some boost, needs to get some RPM. Where is it at for the Dodge? Providence Autos can equip your new Dodge or used Dodge with a tailgate at any time. Just give them a call, 284-9900. Contact their parts department, option number 3.
Something happening. Something's off.
You can see that. Yeah, I think he was in the street class prior to this, so he moved up into the modified class. So he was getting the tops of the street class, but must have made a change in his engine, probably in the turbocharger, that he is now entering this modified class. Yeah, I never saw him have to pull up like that before, so this might be the first throttle, but still. Wow. Oh yeah, smell that smoke there on our far side. Boy, you guys enjoy that. Well, you can see all the diesel heads over there just sucking that in like it's so fast. There's no end better than seeing that. Quick from Jack, that is. That is set. They're going to keep it right there. Press up, but it's a good run there at 288 and 2, 218 and 2. Guys making the tractor nice trippers, on a roller and salt. Great for tractor. With any force in the first few years, too. You probably worked your gears since the beginning. Kyle Gepper, the 06 Dodge. Mark to be 288 and 2. Driving there, you saw that in the very beginning the truck kind of bounced a little bit. That is not good. You lose a lot of speed that way. Maybe it's like, man, with only 2 reps left, driving the split. Johnson's got the green flag. Let's see if he can beat that 296.8. Not good. Maybe. Oh, there he goes. Probably much too late there, not able to get really plenty of momentum. You want to see how much going a lot faster around that 150-foot mark. Pro-mod forward to the lower staging area, please. Pro-mod forward to the lower staging area. Turbo on there, as you can see, just kind of dumped it out there. Trying to give that thing kind of, how do you want to say, give that little, like, mark. Get under the turbo there for the edge of the RPM, brings the 1%. Josh got the green flag. Let's see what he can do out here tonight. Boy, plenty of horsepower, but he's not able to get those tires to plate into the track. He just kind of backed off a little a few times. It's a good idea when your tires are just overpowering the track. Back off, allow them to, catch up there a little bit. And he tried, but just not able to get those. Anybody here from Nelson, New York? Nobody here from Pennsylvania, are they? Rich got the green flag. He's going to build a little bit of boost here and see what he can do tonight. Well, the transmission grabs another gear and able to try to get the wheel speed up there a little bit, but boy, when that wave box came forward over that pan, that gear was a little too much for it. That's a pretty good run on that second generation side. 278 and 9, 278 and 9. I mean, you just look at that. It only takes one. But that 1-4 is tied for third in the points right now for it, man. So you stand a pretty good chance of being up there at the top of the pile someplace. Boy, no shortage of horsepower for the door back just once again. Trying to get it to the track. 271 even, 271 even for Chevrolet. And the green flag's out. Let's see if Justin can beat that mark. Excellent run, and that's going to knock down some dodges and possibly move him in the first place now. Dodge was out there 296.8. Look at where the front of that sled is. That's about 5 feet, 4 feet behind the white line. How many do you think? Move up into first place and put a Dodge first and second. Well, he's got that Dodge running pretty sweet. I want to thank each and every one of you for your participation and your support here at the park and on Facebook as well. Look out, here comes the Dodge. Sounds like a turbo hose that blew. Boy, you just heard that air release up there. Lost the boost, and that's where it gets it. That's up at 257.6. 257 and 6. The Dodge really used his body a long time, and it definitely showed. I thought he put those four ways on there for a second, like, oh, that's up. Now, let's see if he brings it out a little easier. Boy, he just kind of dropped the clutch there a little too quickly. He does get 2 attempts. That was attempt number 1. This engine is very similar to a lot of tractors you saw in the company like Keith and White. Both use these 5.9s in some of their machines long before Dodge started getting hooked up with them. So this engine actually dates back into the mid-80s. Hammer down, there we go. First gen fans, where are you? In the class, let's give him a round of applause, man. And those engines, you wanted to do these, get your rebuild on them. How many miles would it take before Cummins recommends it's time to rebuild them? All right, Jeremy's got the green flag. Well, the 296.8. Yeah, for a guy. Jerry's number 5 in points right now, so he's got to be running hard. if he's going to finish fifth, he's going to go about 278. If he goes farther than that, he's definitely going to be giving him a good shot at improving upon his historical distances. Boy, that power stroke can make it happen there, but not quite getting the wheel speed up like what we've seen on some of the other trucks. John Martin to the lower staging area, please. John Martin to the lower staging area, please. Ends up going a distance of 258 and 4. 258 and 4. All right, we got two more competitors. Both of them you have seen them run before. They dropped to the bottom. The lower staging area immediately. Thank you. All right, Mike Minium. Making his debut run this year. Not too late, almost though. Oh, he's got that truck running good. Doesn't look like he's going to take up the top three though. Taking home, not only, well, he's got an opportunity to take home the trophy here on the last, but he might take home the point champion trophy. Matt Horse. Probably not the boys. Definitely going to take up top three. John Martin to the lower staging area immediately. John Martin to the lower staging area immediately. I just heard a fan down here tell me, but it only takes one. That's right. And they're still waiting on that one, too. All right, Mark Freed out of Rising Sun, Maryland. Going to be our test puller here. Delton Sensiting and Dave Kratz, you need to report to your vehicles immediately. Delton Sensiting, Dave Kratz, please report to your vehicles immediately. You can see they've got the exhaust out through the hood. Perfectly legal in this class, and only legal in this class tonight. Can you imagine taking a $30,000, $40,000 truck and cutting a hole in the hood? Oh my! RPM, you can understand, boy, trying to drive a truck like this will be enormous risky about that's going to be a good distance for him. He's getting the score dialed in each and every time. He seems to be moving up about 3 places, so let's see how he does this time. One of the TMCs, but it's not going to be at the top. It's going to be the top one out there, 302. Ends up at 274 and 2. 274 and 2 actually just. Dormax is having to do the damage right now. And then sit back and wait and see where they fall in.
Alright, Steph's got that green flag. 302 and 10 is the mark to beat to move into number 1.
Boy, you can just hear that turbo. Something wrong where it was not pulling up for him. That truck did not get the air that it needed to keep the RPMs up. It ends up falling well short. His distance, 231 and 221 and 221. He's got the front weights on there trying to get as much traction as they can. They're going to weight these trucks up to 8,000 pounds, no more. Boy, he's not going to take the lead on that run. Not really even going to take up his top GMC Chevy. Ends up 262 and 11. 262 and 11 recorded for the comment of David Swain. Good run, but not far enough to beat the Chevrolet. How many Chevrolets does it beat though? Remember, got those other Dormaxes in the 270 range. Count that same distance. Not bad. 282 and 3. 282 and 3. Pretty close to one another in terms of the finish.
Dave's got the green flag. Let's see what he can do.
Not want to get beat by a Dormax, that is for sure. Hammer down in that Dodge, and he is trying to beat that Dormax at a distance of 302 and 10. Is that far enough? He did cross over the 300-foot mark, I can see that. I'm going to think that Dodge beat the Chevrolet. Well, here's the 07 Dodge, probably. If you were to trade in a truck of 07, probably about $20,000 to $25,000 in trade-in value with the hole cut in the hood. Look at that. doesn't want to get on too far down the back. He shows himself a nice finish there with 287 and 10. 287 and 10. That does put him in third place. 94 dives. Need to be up there past 287. You're going to shake up the top three. Oh boy. Boy, you see some of the smoke from underneath? That may be a clutch. All right, they're going to say we need a pull-off tractor there for him. So, not sure what's wrong, but let's give him a tough luck round of applause, man. If you're going to get in the top three, you want to take home the big trophy. Go out there 303 and you'll get it done. He finished second place at the last pull in July. This is a runner. Out the window because he knew that is the best pull he has ever made here at the bus. His distance, the mark to beat first of all, that was held by a Chevrolet and held consistently was 302 and 10. And that was Mark Reed Jr. Dolphin County Road Tax. The bed was in such bad shape that they tore it off, and their boys built that bed. A really big thanks to their parents too, because they did a lot of late hours and had to have some understanding families with them as well. So first time out, they did break the drive shaft, but they said their teacher running hard. Mr. Boyer, here he goes, Dolphin County Road Tax forward. Like that, he hammered down and just left the big snap and holds together a lot better this time. Let's give not only Mr. Boyer but all the boys and family who put that truck together with donated parts and labor a big round of applause, man. Nice job. Non-turbo, they also had the 350. Everybody's being familiar with the common 350 Chevy gas engine. Well, they had a kit that they convert that to diesel. It was a terrible engine, 120 horsepower. This will be Creason Weaver out of Richfield, PA. Boy, fantastic run for that machine right there. We'll find out the track side whether or not they're going to keep that. Okay, where's the track side? The RC next. Now we got to find out if Sean Moyer will be taking his pull, but we do know that this will be an official distance, and it is recorded at 293 and 7, 293 and 7 for the Chevrolet. Just Ford fans. Oh, they're just Ford fans. Okay, I was just wondering. I don't know. I was just curious myself. Sean Moyer is taking that pull at 266 and 7. Okay, he loaded it up, so. I would say this is non-turboed. I think I answered it, didn't I? you bet, fans. Come on, help that old Ford out. Oh. I'd like to know how many miles he has on that thing. I'd also like to know how many gallons of Mondo was used in the preparation of the gas. Richard, find out how many miles are on that thing. How many? 173,000. 173,000. There you go. All right, let's give the old up here quick. That Ford made 185 horsepower, 360 foot-pounds torque. It got a turbocharger in 1993. What year is this one?
89.
Oh, that definitely doesn't have a turbocharger. Back at the Diesel Powerfest, that all-day event we had the ugliest truck award. That one won it right there. That's right. Is that right? Am I remembering that right? You won that? All right, he says he's going to keep it right there.
Somebody got the wires broke. What's that?
All right, here goes Adam. All right, here goes Trevor Long.
What did you see in the back seat of that truck?
Looks like a baby seat on this side there in the back. I wasn't quite sure what it was, but yep, I got a thumbs up. That's what it is.
There you go. All the family around. And we'll have some fun here. 292 is...
Hey, Mark's got the green flag. Oh, looks like he's getting up there towards that 300-foot mark. He's awful close to that flag.
Well, it's definitely enough to take up the top three and give him some good insurance. 297 and 4, actually. I think they're about 5'3", because they stand 6 short. Good run, but not good enough for a chance for the shootout. We got that. It's going to make the Fords on the way for the next 6 or so. Guys just are all done running up. Well, enough to make it run a little hotter if you're doing something like this. It'll pull the front wheels towed in like that because the tie rods are weak for that type of power. So some of these guys kind of surprised they don't just go ahead and do that when they get the good jipping and all that. But sometimes here, 99, I'm sorry, 97. It was turbocharged. Kind of here's the line a little bit. Not how Roadhouse runs. We're looking to go out there 293 and 7. Trying to figure out which was the color of the original truck. I'm not sure there was any original parts on there. But that is not going to be enough to give a chance to the Street Shootout Championship. Boy, looking forward to that, though. I'm telling you, you get to see that.
If you want to, it's fine, but...
All right, here comes Dennis Harney.
Chevy with the upgraded tie rod. Got that thing nice and straight down through there. Now, more power strokes. Make it in there. Gonna do it. Not get the front of the sled up there past that 293 foot mark. He got himself a 5 knot. He was satisfied with the service. Really proud of those guys up there. Providence all the street in front. Providence all, there's all kinds of Providence all those last now. All year long, no Powerfest series. The far, oh, that didn't hurt, don't worry. All right, Mr. Morgan, get that again. All right, we're going to see if Mr. Boyer's going to bring it out harder. Or what he's going to do here. This is his second attempt, so he's going to have to do something with it. John Deeds is here. Whoever John Deeds is, I think he was 17,000 fans. A few minutes ago, Andy Walker was right before that. Mr. Boyer, come on, hammer down. There he goes. Make that old Ford work. Farther down there, let's give the whole Dolphin job well done once again in taking that board up there. Or, I think he's loaded up the rest, that's for sure. And they've got to be proud of that distance. Well, we did record.
Lead constant fender out of Comfort Ground 3A at 074.
Boy, he's got a good mark up there. First five looks like this. Ford, Dodge, Chevy, Ford. Boy, he might have went. He took 1 year lower than that. Just not able to get the RPMs up high enough. Runs right out of the power at 250 mark. 260 at 5. 260 and 5. Feel free to get up and move if you wish. You're certainly welcome to do so.
I'm waiting to get my
Gets a good run at it there, but alright, 275, 280. So we'll get down there to about 6 pulls there, then we'll start talking about top 3. Then we have the opportunity to get into the shootout. Probably going to be
Well, needing it and affording it's two different things.
I'll do what I can for you, but I can't give it.
Alright, Thomas Stauffer.
I think it's going to move the 08 Chevrolet into the lead as it looks like he exceeded everybody else's distance. Up there around the 290. 292 and 6 actually. 292 and 6.
like you, so it makes it worth it. Yeah, right now I'm still
Boy, it was a rough ride there, and not sure he was going to keep the momentum up, but boy, he was able to do so. And he is going to be taking up the top 3 with a good run like that. Heads up at 292 and 7, 292. Or you can do any 5 for 65. Your choice. By the way, you don't have to wait in any line either when you get hooked up with a buck seat pass. Great way to save some time, save some money, buck seat pass. Uh-oh. Okay, he did a good job. Saw him watching his mirror and said, I don't want that sled to hit the rear end of this nice black truck, you know. Don't want to get any black paint on that sled, sled is what he was saying.
They called out Thursday and Friday, and
So,
he was off Monday
he got
and
it
Tuesday.
down early enough if he wants to go
So
again, but I
he's
think
like, I guess I'll go scrap some
he's done.
stuff.
That's it. Because of what happened in May, where Drew beat him by a few points, a few positions. Number one. Very strong run for the 06 coming. And Smoke gets to take the lead at open 10 at 3:24 and 6. 3:24 and 6. And I'm guaranteeing you guys, this street shootout championship, which is coming up, the drama between these two is going to be amazing. All right, now Drew Bowen with the Chevrolet, chasing the Dodge. Heading up there to Dodge country, but I don't believe it's quite the distance the Dodge went, but that's okay. He ends up going a distance of 3:09 and 7. 3:09 and 7. Boy, that puts him about 15 foot behind the Dodge. But second place, Chevrolet truck, 6.5 turbo. Mostly a little bit of electronics on the fuel injector. He's not going to win any trophies with this, but he has a great example of the earlier technology from Chevrolet. One of the cleanest examples of a 96 Chevrolet out there. He just makes that truck comes out there. It's been very, very consistent and not only showing up, but making a good run. Let's give Chris Wagner a round of applause for this 1996 Chevrolet. Boy, it was close to crossing and not quite though. Boy, he is trying to get there on the bubble. The front of the sled, I don't think it crossed over the 300 foot mark, but boy, that's close. That 290 is pushing harder than that. 296 and 4. 296 and 4. He is about 3 feet short. Could have entered that and show and shine. That's right. Look, when you pulled the ram head off and put a, I'm not sure what he put on the front of that thing, but that wasn't original. Well, another one of these guys, he knows he's not going to win any trophies, but boy, he's out there to have a good time with his old diesel. My girl. She's got the chain hooked up, tightened up, double checked the vanity mirror, she's ready to go. That was a joke, sorry. All right, ladies, help her out. Here comes Sarah. Boy, she's got herself a good full old Ford right there. That 97 doing the job. I think maybe more. Okay. adjusting and making it happen here tonight. Way out there, representing Lancaster County well, pulling the front end of that sled past the 300-foot mark, and I believe it's going to shuffle up to top three. I know you're a little nervous. Don't you meet my 309? That was a hurt. And on the way. Coming up after this is the GMC, followed by the Dodge, and then your 240. Lots of horsepower, not able to really get his best grip in the world, but not going to be top three finish with that. Good run though. $278 even. $278 even for the team. Let's see what this Dodge can do. Trying some of that real estate on the right side of the track. Not going to be good enough to take up the top three. You need to go past 300-foot mark if you're going to do that. Two, 7, 5, and 8 for Stephen Hayden. Hey, look at the old Ford. Got that old truck running strong. Probably just not quite the tires, you know, to really get a good grip on the track. More aggressive tires need to really get it done here tonight. Final opportunity for Ford. Not going to take up the top three. Boy, he made every effort to do so. So we do know both Stein, Drew Boland, and Linford Horse get the pleasure and the opportunity and the nervousness of competing in the Street Shootout Championship. And now there's a 1986 truck coming up a little later on. Justin Martin will set the distance for the rest of the field if he chooses to take that forward. Got Fuller in his left. And also, remember, he was the guy who you judged to be the best appearing Dodge out there, so nice job of him. Look what he did. I want to thank you, man, for the comments on Facebook. Really appreciate the going bring also John and Sue. Wow. Just came and doing some business out there. He wants to get you that Street Shootout Championship band. Ends up at 307 and 8, 307 and 8. Tell you what, I don't know if that's going to be good enough. Sports fans still here? Let's see if you left. All right. Good. An opportunity. You want to see up there around 300 foot mark. Come on, hammer down, boys. All right, well, good solid run. Sure he wishes with this type of competition, he could have got a little farther down there, but ends up in a distance. All right, now the dot. Good run. Run into that ledge. Close to that 300 foot mark. .298 and 11. 298 and 11. Taking on the Dodgers. Awesome. I go back to that. Trying to come by. Wow. He wants it bad. Boy, you can see that.
Gotta go further than 307 and 8 to move into first place.
I think he did, boy. Boy, he did not. He's just a little shy of it by about a foot. That's 306 and 8. 306 and 8. A foot behind. And make sure when you check out the Facebook pictures, maybe you'll find a picture of yourself in there. And then Richard likes to, he'll take some pictures of some of the stands.
The day the second blizzard hit, was what I was supposed to have done. So obviously
Somebody down there is enjoying that way too much.
So they called me Friday morning, hey, can you come today? I got to try a little more to get it done. Well, because the roads were still pretty bad, he would not put me to sleep because he said, I'm not doing any anesthesia today. He said, because I'm afraid if something happens, the ambulance can't get back here.
Staying hooked up.
So,
You can try that again, maybe a different year.
I was
You can always just bring it out harder.
Oh, that was hard.
And so it was just, I don't do good with dental work, but having this. So it was really like, he was squishing your kid, break every tooth in half because they were so happy. That's not what happened. Kind of sounds like
Well, the officials are looking to see some of that white, bluish smoke from oh, there's the smoke right there. Oh, yeah, you guys love the smell of diesel smoke. Wait till you smell this. That'll go right down to your gut. And I smell a clutch.
159 and 6. 159 and 6.
That.
Got to go further than 298 and 11 to get onto the bubble, and you got to go further than 307 and 8 to move into first place.
He's not afraid of it. He's out now, thing. All right, the old Ford did the best he could. Give her a round of applause, man. Nice job, Linda.
She can still say she beat a couple of boys. 239 and 3. 239 and 3.
This Quarryville, I just where we're sitting. Buck doesn't have a post office. So they run all the mail out of Quarryville, which is our neighboring town. Did they heat? Wow. Not sure what to say about the start of that whole thing, but we went out there and got a good feel for the track. That's good. And just breaking it in. 265 and 3. 265 and 3.
GPS is going to say recalculating a lot going down the track here, trying to figure out what it's supposed to do and how quick it's supposed to do it. All right, Cody Miller got the green flag.
GPS lady will be telling you, please disconnect from the trailer. Phone's on a semi-truck, not on the back. All right, Ford, it has a nice ring to it. And it has an opportunity to move the street shootout, 298 and 11, you gotta go. Not gonna make it there. The Humvees came out. Oh yeah, let's do this whole thing. Hammer down for the Chevy, help them out, man. Wow. Nice. Let's give him a round of applause. That's sweet. I mean, that truck has one option on it. One option. Actually, maybe two. The front grill guard and rear view mirrors may have been an option there too.
Other options on it than the last
I
one.
think so, yep. There's a power window. There's something wasn't quite right, and he didn't go a whole lot farther than a 1986. Something kind of rattling around there. I'm not sure what that is. Hopefully it's something like a heat shield or something. 242 even. 242 even. No, that's the opportunity to shift. He doesn't want to shoot out the championship, but it is going to take you up to that 300-foot line. Another one's going to give it a try. Oh, boy, he could smell it. He could feel it now. Is he going to smell it when this distance comes out? 298 and 11. All those drivers who qualified for the street shootout, please report to the station. All of the drivers who qualified for the street shootout, need you to report to the station. All right, bring on the board. Oh, he looks like he's going to be short by a truck length. close, but not able to exceed that so far. Traction there, take them up far enough. Next week, and all right, now the next guy, Mark Doherty. Guys right there, not able to get quite there once again. And one of these guys is following a truck line short. Getting up there. Ends up in the distance of 275.
Don't forget, right after that street legal shootout, we're going to have our drag race, and we're going to run them right through to see who has the fastest truck at the buck. Looks like he's up above that 300-foot mark, possibly.
The last two pulls. The May one, he didn't do so well, but this guy has really had this truck dialed in. Can it continue tonight? We're looking to be 302 and 6. Down to fourth for sure. We'll get the official distance and see where he lines in. Boy, he goes out there far. Listen to this. 310 feet, 5 inches, 310 and 5. He puts himself in a dominant lead out of everybody that ran. How far the front of the sled was when he was out there the first time in the dust bowl. I don't believe those out there from the football. All right, Justin Martin, 10 and 2. As good as this looks. So congratulations, Caleb Herman, Jeff Gaiman, Zach Cochran, get in line for the street shootout immediately because that is what we're doing next. It's time for you to duke it out in the championship with the rest. Pennsylvania is going to be the first one to start it off. Not holding back, sending the front end of the sled past the 300-foot mark. He is going to have to keep his fingers crossed that the rest of the field is behind him with that distance. Hands up at 302 even. He did pass center his first. about Adam Lehman, the 03 Chevrolet. Boy, you can see this is going to be some close competition as they're dropping right about the same spot between the first two. Weaver out there, 302. Did he go farther? He went 301 even. 301 even. He is right behind. The best.
Or they could be looking at that trophy sitting in the house, smiling, waiting for next year.
Mark Bessler. There right on the pile, but he might have beat the other two at the front end of the sled, but a little farther than what we've seen the first two runs. Ends up at 3:04 and 4. 3:04 and 4. There is your new leader right there. Let's give Mark Bessler a round of applause. He has seen the winner's circle before, but I don't know if he's ever faced competition like what he's facing right now. He's the only Dodge in the class. Where's all the Dodge fans at? Let's hear from you. It's time. Incredible pull, but the truck kind of snuffed out there at the end. Winter time, I'm telling you, he's the champion. Can he do it? Drew Boland. Good enough. Chevy fans, they are really not too sure about this. The mark to beat was 3:24.6. Drew Boland did improve upon his previous distance.
Green flags out for Litford.
So he's kind of right there in the pack that you need to be dominating the pack if you're going to take up the top two. That's up 3:04 and 1. 3:04 and 1. Number 4. 3 inches behind Mark Bessler. Dodge still remains number 1. Out of the pocket, getting much farther down there, at least by a few feet. Far enough to beat the top 1 and 2. 3:09 and 9, 3:09 and 9, 3 feet short.
All right, Zach's got the green flag. He's got to do better than 3:24 and 6.
Absolutely no mercy on his truck. I think it's Dalton right there. Up now. Started back up and trying to. No mercy. Alright, he's running in good shape. Ends up in the distance of 3:08 and 1. 3:08 and 1. Boy, now he's a push guy up just in the fourth place as he lands in 5th. outstanding. And that was the final one. Stand by drag racers. Side-by-side drag racers are next. His distance. Was not able to improve upon his first distance. He ends up at 3:08 and 5. 3:08 and 5.